Bands Fest with Winona Fighter. Coco joins me. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
First off, just saw your set.
Oh.
I want to know, how do you think it went?
I think it went really well. I think, with those being the first on the stage and especially main stage, you never really know what kind of reception you're going to get. First day of the festival, first band on the stage you're on, and it's the biggest stage, and also our first time in Canada. So the odds were not in our favor, but it was an awesome crowd. I thought it was an awesome show. Lots of movement out there, lots of excitement from people. So I would say usually I can nitpick everything, but this felt just like a really solid first show.
I also love that it was your first time in Canada. So what are you thinking so far? I gotta get the Canadian first impressions from you.
Well, very kind. Someone came backstage, and I guess one of the food, because Austin was talking about Poutine the whole show.
Yeah.
And
have you tried one yet?
Well, so one of the food trucks gave a big thing of poutine to security, and they were like, make sure this gets to the band. And so we were housing it before interviews just now, and it was so good. So just very kind. And I would say, like, definitely, you go into a lot of towns for the first time, play festivals, and there's a lot of like crossed arms, but not here. It was a very welcoming vibe. I really liked it.
I want to ask the hardest question here. What did you think of the poutine?
Oh my God, what did I think of it? I thought it was heavenly. I didn't even know what was going to be on it. Little bacon bits and gravy and cheese curds.
Yeah, cheese curds are that's like the real, you can have fries and gravy anywhere, but the poutine is really made up of how quality the cheese curds are.
And I'll tell you this, had I had one little bite before our set, there's no way I was making it on that stage. So
the energy
I'm glad.
Would have been way down.
Yeah, I'm glad it came after the set.
You were out there two-stepping and running around, and with the poutine, it would have just been.
People would have been in the splash zone for sure.
You would have been Parker Cannon.
Yeah. You just said that's crazy. Cut that.
How do you bring the energy to a festival like this?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. We play a festival the same exact way. We play like a 100-cap room. It's literally just us up there with our instruments. We don't do tracks. We don't do a click. We don't even have our own freaking banner or haze or a walk-on song. We literally go up there and just play. And I think the energy that our songs like bring, and also just like us as a band, we're so locked in, we're so energized, we're so we acknowledge that the crowd is there. I think that's really all you need. And I think that's why rock bands in general do so well at festivals, because it's like you don't need the big old production in the back. And in the day we can afford that, that's going to be awesome. But I think for right now, we're just a rock band that is being a old school rock band, and I think people really like to see that in a festival setting when it's hot and sweaty and everyone's a little drunk, and it's like, oh yeah, don't give me like a bunch of flashing lights, just give me good fucking music and a good time. And
I think people appreciate that.
Yeah,
absolutely. And the last time that we spoke, My Apologies to the Chef had just come out. Now we've got some time to sit with that record. We've been playing a whole bunch of shows and festivals, and you've been touring that record. How has that felt now that you've had some time for it to sink in and people have been able to learn the songs and sing them back to you?
It's been incredibly surreal. And now, like, the songs being out too, I mean, it's only helped our live set in the way where it's like, oh, we can, before we go into like Are You Famous, we can do like a little teaser thing and get people excited because they know like it's coming. And I think having that energy from the crowd too of there's at least a couple people who are like, oh, they're playing my favorite song off the record, or even like the slower songs like Don't Wallow and Swimmer's Ear. There's always a couple people who are just like, yes, oh my God.
This one's my song, this one's for me.
Yes, so it's been extremely, it's, I think, only improved our live show and the experience for us too. Like before we released the album, we had so many, oh my God, can you believe that? Oh my God, I can't believe this is working moments. And now it's even more so like, holy shit. Like everyone knows every single word and they're screaming them as loud as possible. And it's just crazy to us.
That's got to be the best feeling, especially now being in another country and being able to get that experience.
Yeah, it was so cool. Like there were some people up front and then some people in VIP too who like you could tell they felt every single fucking word they were singing. And I was like, that is so cool. That is like the coolest thing ever.
And you opened up the show pretty well, walking in to the main stage. People are walking right on in and and you're the first band that they're seeing. People are running on by. How do you feel about being that first band to really open up that energy?
It's funny because we've been on a headlining tour all year, but we always tell people, yeah, we're fantastic openers. Like we will get the energy to where it needs to be. And it was funny, it was funny starting our first song and you see people just running in. They're just like, oh no. Like, wanting to be a part of the experience before it, gets too far. And it's crazy. We are fantastic headliners, but we are a really, really amazing opening band. If you want the energy set right, we're gonna do that every single time.
Love that. Thank you so much for chatting. And
thank you.
Keep an eye on the channel for more interviews from All Your Friends Fest, and remember to hit the subscribe button.